illusion of light, while others are sleeping and some are escaping. A stripper's views of fantasy, unjustified blasphemy that cannot be condoned. Be strange to not have lived so far into existence. This is not a test of power. This is not a game to be lost or one that justice be done. There will be zero tolerance for the creator of our own intentions. There will be zero tolerance. It is your deciding God. Leaving a very deep scar, exposing a door to the source of a verbal whore, when she supplied the altar where virtuous lives are sacrificed. Be strange to not have lived so far into existence. be found. In the writing of others, were the words of a trained mind. In a precious world of memories, we find ourselves confined. Lost, so razor sharp. Ripping at the spirit. Promises a potential to hurt. Is anything real? When forever is to be until deep inside in the world of empty words. No escaping from those haunting empty words. Empty imagination that experiments with ease. If you could taste it, it might be addictive. Where life will crush those who defy. Will be abolished. From my faith, passed out from cells, induced fantasy, turn a page to justify. Conjuring power, it opens wide. On your seventh day, is that how it's done? Twisting your eyes to perceive all that you want. From ignorance, inflicting wounds with a cross-turned dagger. Inside Crystal Mountain, evil takes its form. Crystal Mountain, commandments are reborn. All the traps are set to confine all who get in the way of the divine. Indicted in mind of the hypocrite, a slave to the curse, forever confined.